Marco, Devin, Taria, Floor, Simone Simmons, Amy Lee. Like there are just some voices where and then out of metal, Johnny Cash. Who else has Britney Spears.
Axl Rose.
Oh yeah, Axl Rose.
Sounds like Axl Rose.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the AC/DC guy. That's why you filled in for him.
Oh shit. Angus Young. No, he's a guitarist.
Well, not Angus Young.
Oh god. Whatever.
Brian something. Yeah, that guy.
Whatever. Yeah, that guy. All right.
We're back. I took a shit.
Well, first the computer took a shit, and then Chris took a shit. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here listening to some classical music composer, like modern day, react to Devin Townsend.
Pavarotti. There you go.
Fucking overrated ass. Seriously. All right. Next meme.
Next.
The deadlift to consider a total body movement.
My body deadlifting, lats, quads, glutes, adductors, abs, watching. Your spine do the lift. Oh, man.
My lower back is the strongest part of my body. I don't get, like, if I don't, you know how some people bail out of a squat? I don't bail out of a squat. I just turn it into a good morning.
The spine erectors, man. Yeah, those are strong fucking muscles down there.
Something about my back is just like, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's where a lot of people who start, or they don't even have to start doing a deadlift. They could be lifting for a long time, but they attempt a deadlift. And if they just don't have proper lat stiffness or mobility, because they can't really engage there, that bar is always going to trail away from them. And then they're just not going to have full potential strength there, because you just can't bring it back.
The deadlift it's so weird. Like, the deadlift looks like the easiest lift. Like, you pick it up off the floor. But it is by far the most technique-based of all the other. Like, if you're thinking about squat, bench, dead, the deadlift really is so much more technique-driven than the other two.
Yeah, I mean, like, that, at least out of that pool of exercises, if you throw the clean and jerk or something like that.
That's your.
I mean, that's an exercise.
The clean and jerk. That is like, that's you trying to explain quantum mechanics to a second grader who just learned the Newton's laws of motion. Okay, that is some next level shit.
Yeah,
that is just not gonna.
But out of the powerlifting
three, the remedial class.
Yeah.
The deadlift is the smartest of the stupid. it's such. Oh my God, is it a complicated lift?
It's a good lift though.
It's the best lift
if it's done correctly. Shit, I have a client who. She has a little bit of lordosis, so that's the rounding of the lower back, like an arch in the lower back, so they're standing with their, butts out really hard.
Yeah.
Because the pelvis is going forward.
Yeah.
But the deadlift, and she used to be a power lifter, so she felt like because of her injuries and stuff like that, she wouldn't be able to deadlift again because that's what the doctor told her.
Well, that's not so much of an injury. Yeah.
No, but, I mean, she has like a few other issues, but she just hasn't deadlifted in a long time until, when we started training.
Yeah.
And we started light. We have the big bumper plates with the 10 pounds. So it's the same height. We started that, and, we got the ball rolling, no pain, and she loves to deadlift. So we just threw 45s on each side. She got that for a few reps.
Yeah.
She was like super hyped. And, as far as like fixing, that lordosis, because that bar is in the front of you and you're engaging the core, which is essentially what's the weaker part and why you're getting that arch.
Yeah.
Because there isn't enough strength in your flexors and right here. It's a good lift, man. It's such a good lift to. So if you can make it safe, is what I'm saying.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Lordosis that's genetic. You're born with that tilt, that pelvic tilt.
Like some people are.
I mean, it can be corrected.
Some people are just habited into it. The way they essentially posture themselves from however the hell they live their lives.
Do you know where that's really common? gymnastics.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
gymnastics is pretty common.
Simone Biles got it, was born with it. A lot of gymnasts will end up having that very deep pelvic tilt,
Right.
just because that's your point of balance, right? The whole idea is you're using your pelvis as like that center of mass in all of your rotations.
Exactly.
The physics of it, so it's so
Whereas-
so reinforced, and if you have it genetically, like you're just that much better off in the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got kyphosis, which is more of the rounding in the upper back, where what people call nerd neck. Or
Yeah.
Desk jobs, people have that a lot.
It is so me.
You think so? Nah, you're like your posture's fine because you do deadlift and do all that fun stuff. So.
But it's also like I sit, but well, whatever.
But it's not. I would say it's not as extreme for you
Right.
because there's a lot of people who have really bad kyphotic posture, and yeah, those people would have to work on, fixing that. Their T-spine specifically.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it used to be worse. But then I really started like focusing on like more upper back movements. Like I started to do a lot more rows,
Yep.
pull-ups, and I think that balanced out.
That'll open up,
Yeah.
and then it'll kind of fix those upper back muscles, strengthen them to pull everything back. Yep.
Next meme.
What do we got? Heaviest object in the universe.
So we got the sun, a neutron star, a black hole, and then the 2.5 kilograms I added to my bench press max.
Man, truer words have not been spoken because that's.
God.
There's only like one pair in my entire gym. I saw it in like a drawer, and I just I'm taking this 2.5 and I'm putting it in my locker.
Well, hold on. 2.5 kilos.
Oh, kilos.
Is 5
pounds. Okay.
But
yeah.
I don't
True.
care. The 5 pound weight is not the heaviest weight in the gym. The heaviest weight in the gym is the 2.5 pound plate.
2.5. Yeah.
The amount of lifts I have failed because of the 2.5 pound plate.
5 pounds.
It is the heaviest. Dear, I'm so glad because I say that a lot and people know what I mean, but like, unless you know, you don't know.
I mean, especially with like in powerlifting circles where, numbers are everything as far as records and things like that. That's the difference between a lift and no lift. You either get it or you don't.
Oh God,
5 pounds can make or break.
By a kilo, it's like 1 kilo more.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like I so wish people knew just adding those 2.5 pound plates is
that's one of my favorite meme templates is this
jeez.
one. Heaviest object in the universe. Yeah, that's a good meme template. Love it.
To be fair, the black hole. It's not that the black hole is heavy. It's the warp. But whatever. I'm not gonna.
It's not the joke.
I'm not gonna do it now.
When you drink your protein, do your cardio, and work out 22 hours a day. Holy shit. But the first thing she asks is, how tall are you? I wonder how many, there must be so many guys that go to the gym or whoever the fuck you are that are working out specifically to attract a mate, right? And then they're short. Do you relate to this problem?
I mean, I put the meme there because I relate to it significantly. Hello, dear viewers. I am 5'3.5".
I'm 5'11", so if people are like, "Are you 6 feet?" I'm like, "I'm 5'11". I'm automatically a midget.
My dating profile says 5'4", but that's a lie. I'm actually 5'3.5".
That's funny. Shit.
But fuck you, I deadlift more.
Hey man, you got the advantage.
That's
there.
what that means.
Yeah.
Well, it depends who you ask. At one point, your mass moves mass. So
yeah, but anatomically, like you do have a little bit of an advantage. Like if you have to lock out that much versus somebody has to lock out that much.
That much more, yeah. That leverage. But yeah, no. God, I hate that. I
mean, like you think that is a deciding factor in your.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That or it's my remarkably small penis. So you tell me which one. Which one?
Is there a penis meme
Which one
here?
is my? No, there isn't. Wait, there might be.
I guess we'll find out.
There might be.
I hope so. Let's see what's next.
Let's see what's next.
Let's see.
Oh my God, yes.
Max MBR bench, baby. Hamstring cramp.
Yes. Oh my God, this happens to me all the time.
Can we just talk about SpongeBob being like the most versatile meme template?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, there's
It
so
doesn't
many
matter.
frames of SpongeBob you can use for like every situation.
I mean, SpongeBob is just asking to be memed.
It's
like come
whoever
on.
whoever the artist was like.
I think he's dead now, actually.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know, but well, bless his soul. I guess.
Yeah. Hey Google, is the dude who made SpongeBob dead? You have to ask.
According to Wikipedia, Hillenberg was diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis in 2017.
Ooh, that
But
sucks.
stated he would continue to work on SpongeBob SquarePants as long as possible.
Yeah, he died in 2018.
Damn.
Wow, ALS, that sucks.
Rip.
That's Lou Gehrig's shit. Yeah, no, that is so me. And you know, my 90% of my bench press is my leg.
Yeah.
And
Like,
it's just
that
like
big
that. Oh God, it's so uncomfortable. My hamstring cramps on those heavy
That is an
lifts
uncomfortable
all
feel.
the time.
Because I mean, like my hamstring, I don't know, but like I've had it like cramp up a little bit on a bench press, but like just even like working it directly, like that cramp on like a hamstring is like really fucking tight.
It is.
It's like, especially if you try to like just like try to stretch it out again, but it's just
Yeah.
like pulling back and you just feel that
I mean,
shit
it's
so
such
bad.
a huge muscle. It is.
Yeah,
It.
the
I
whole
mean,
back part of your leg.
dear God, it. And I mean, when it hurts, it hurts. Like the hamstring hurt is one of the worst muscle sorenesses.
Hamstring soreness, yeah, exactly.
That
Hamstring
is-
soreness is like you don't forget it because every time you lift your heel off the ground, you're feeling that shit.
You can't, and it's like you can't sit comfortably, you can't stand comfortably, you can't lay
Yeah,
like it is the worst of all the sorenesses.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on. Oh my God.
Resident Fitness. I like this template too. I love that kid's face and like the father or whatever.
Yes.
He's like, holy shit.
Oh my God. But yeah, like that's how it works though. Like
Why
that's
is
how I
that?
introduce people. Like here, like you're new to fitness. You want to hear powerlifting and metal. Here you go.
Like, I wonder. I mean, whoever designed the sport of powerlifting, I guess, was into metal, or maybe that was just some evolution down the line. Maybe there's just something.
Metal.
Yeah, well, exactly. So I was like, okay, maybe just somewhere there's some attractiveness of that type of a person to, lifting really heavy ass weight and then just like listening to fucking technical brutal death metal.
Well, I mean,
or is
what-
it brutal technical death metal?
Like, what are you gonna listen to when you're trying to get hype?
There was that I sent you that meme, but it's
Yeah.
like that dude. It's like I bet you he's listening
yeah,
to death metal and he's like listening to like Lindsay
Yeah.
Lauper or whatever her name is.
I mean, like if what's gonna help you lift weight better?
It might, like, I feel like it depends on the person, but I think more often than not, most people will say when they're trying to lift heavy, and I'll ask my clients, like, oh, what do you listen to, like, when you're trying to go for, like, heavier weights or whatever, and they'll say, oh, I need something a bit more aggressive, but, they might not even think about heavy metal, but usually it does, like, go in that direction of, like, that spectrum of music, it has to be more intense, so,
Well,
I guess, like, obnoxious ass like dubstep maybe, and like gangster rap or heavy metal.
well, we've had this discussion before where I have a strict dichotomy. Like it's either really brutal music for me or fucking Enya. Like
There is
that.
that's black
That's
and
my
white.
dichotomy. Like if I'm gonna go for a 1 rep max, it's either death metal or fucking Yanni and Enya.
Every time I hear Enya, I'm just thinking Jean-Claude Van Damme in that Volvo
Yeah.
truck commercial
Yep.
doing the split.
Yep.
Like that's Enya right
Wait,
now.
what is your max out song?
If I had to choose one, it'd probably be some Amon Amarth song. It'd
Mine too.
probably be Pursuit of Vikings. I
Mine's
think.
Twilight of the Thunder God.
I think it'd have to be.
I like how
Din,
it's...
din, 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 din. I'm like, all right, here we go.
Because is there any band more of the iron than Amon Amarth?
It's just so fueled with
It is.
so much
It's just-
testosterone.
it's
Like that shit is just
it's
like
pure.
beer, just
Oh
beer,
my
just so much
God.
testosterone. beards, beer, freaking
Beards,
Viking
beer.
shit.
It's Amon Amarth. Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you don't know who Amon Amarth is, are you even really a gym bro?
Yeah.
Come on, get it together. Go look up Amon Amarth, melodic death metal.
I mean, yeah, but the first thing that'll probably pop up is Twilight of the Thunder God. Listen to that track. Hell yeah.
All right.
No one. Literally no one. Absolutely nobody. That one dude at the gym. Left hook, right hook, uppercut, cross.
I hate shadow boxers in the gym so much. Like, what do you think you're doing? You're not getting any extra cardio in doing that for a few seconds. Number one, fuck you, okay? This ain't an MMA gym. It's a fucking gym, too. Who are you trying to look tough in front of? Who are you trying to look tough in front of?
But
you're air punching. You're really pissed off at the air? Dude, that fucking girl 2 things down from you just squatted. She maxes... Okay. She warms up with your squat max and you out there bouncing around punching the air like some pussy little freak. What is your problem? Who are you trying to look tough in front of? You ain't doing any cardio in there. You're not even hitting a punching bag. What are you doing?
Exactly. There's my distinction though. Like if it's like somebody who's punching between like a bench press or something set, I'm like, okay, that's pretty fucking douchey. But if you're actually at the bags in the corner, like in my gym, there's like a few like bags in the upstairs area in the corner, and there's like a speed bag and stuff. That's different because I mean that's the idea. But yeah,
Right.
if you're that douchebag that's on a machine or doing deadlifts and then suddenly you're doing shadow boxing between sets, yeah, that's that's cringy.
What are you doing? Like,
That's stupid.
I don't understand. Like, what goes through your brain? Like,
I don't know.
like, are you mad? Are you excited?
Maybe
what are
they're
you
angry.
doing?
Maybe they just need to really I don't know.
Then if you're angry,
get
put
their
more
energy out.
fucking weight on the bar.
They're just like, oh, I'm so tired, but I can still punch air. Maybe like that. Maybe that's what they're doing.
Oh wow, you can punch air. Ooh, so viscous.
So edgy.
I don't. God, I fucking hate shadow boxers.
It's
Jeez.
perfect. Yeah.
Put your fucking hands down. You ain't impressing anybody. You ain't looking tough in front of anybody. You ain't looking tough. What are you punching in the air, bitch? I can punch the air too.
Exactly.
Fuck
Damn, you
you.
punching that air so
Man,
good.
Seriously.
What's that?
I think these are your memes. Oh wait, this is.
Oh, this is yours. Yeah.
this
Well, this is the one we definitely agreed on.
Yeah.
This one sparked joy. This one does not spark joy.
Have you actually watched her Netflix show though?
Yeah, like I remember watching
So good.
the one that inspired me to redo my dresser was how she was folding her clothes or that person's clothes in that person's dresser. I'm like, you know what? I'm also gonna fold my clothes upright and make more space. Now it's a complete mess and I gotta do it again. But yeah, definitely.
I don't know what it
love
was.
her.
Could you imagine being a producer for that show and being like, listen, what's the show about? Oh, I'm just gonna clean. No, that's not. Are you gonna go into like is it like hoarders? Like, do you want to? No, I just want to go into normal people's houses. Like, no way. There's no way this is gonna happen. And then meanwhile, so Netflix buys it, and it's like the most popular show on Netflix for like a month. And like, how do you? What have we come? But you know what? Fuck it. It's wholesome.
It's very wholesome.
It teaches you it teaches you
some
the
of
whole
these people are
economics that doesn't
just
exist
scummy, and she's like this nice, sweet lady,
Yeah.
and she's like trying to be super nice to these people, and sometimes they're not even listening, or they're just being super bratty about it.
And she's so kind and sweet and just
nice.
but
smiling all the time.
But this is a thing though.
Yes.
Like
the previous
it's like the
meme.
previous one, yeah.
Yeah, definitely the deep dished Ivanko plate
Yeah.
sparks joy, not the rubber iron grip,
What
hex plate.
Hex plates. I don't. Okay, first of all, it's not even a hexagon.
Yeah.
How many sides is it? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who cares?
Yeah.
Weights are round.
Yeah, weights around.
Who-
heavy
who-
circles. Heavy circles. I pay money to move heavy circles.
Who decided that plates needed edges? Who's the dipshit who said, "Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make this impossible to deadlift with."
This thing will roll slightly that way every time you put that weight down.
Who did it?
Yeah.
Oh, it stops the plate from rolling. No, that's the fucking point. That's
the
a
idea.
that's a feature, not a fault.
It's definitely a feature, man. That's the premium feature.
Why? Who would think to put edges on it? Why? Who's stupid? And why are there so many of them? Why do so many gyms have them?
Maybe it's a price thing, but what I noticed is that the metal, when I was looking at dumbbells at least, just metal dumbbells were cheaper than the plastic coated ones. So I'm like, wouldn't it be cost effective just to, have the metal plates or the metal dumbbell?
Well, no, I mean, well, think about it in terms of automation. You have a metal dumbbell, you just cast it and you're done.
Yeah,
whereas here you got to
true.
cast it, coat it, blah 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 blah. No, but I don't. Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, if I had the money right now, I'd buy a fucking set of those Ivanko plates and the Ivanko metal ass dumbbells. Those are sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, now I think it's actually your
It's me
memes.
now. When your spotter touches the bar too early, effectively stealing your gains and denies it after. Not just the thief, but a liar as well. Yeah.
All you.
Yeah, all you, bro. So, like, if I'm doing a bench press and I'm alone, and I'm like, let's see, who's here? I'll be like, okay, there's nobody I know. Okay, fuck, all right. I'm going to ask a random guy next to me to, spot me. And this guy's like I'll have it, but then I'll know when he's like giving like more than 10% on that bar. I'm like, okay, that's a little too much right now.
I mean, so
All you,
yeah.
bro.
For me, you unrack it and then you don't touch the bar. You don't go anywhere near me unless I die.
Right.
Like, unless that weight comes crashing back down on my chest, you don't touch the bar.
Right. Exactly.
Like, there's please, it's a, and I feel it needs to be specified every time. Like, I need an unrack, and then you walk the fuck away, and the only reason you come back here is if I'm pinned. Okay, that's a spot.
I was
okay?
I was training with one of my clients, and I was also doing a bench press, and she she was just trying to be nice, and she went for I was like, all right, I got it. And she lifts it up a little too fast. I'm like, damn it. And I was like super mad about it, but I was just giving her shit.
Exactly. You need to tell people. They need to be corrected.
Yeah.
You cannot let
there is a
somebody
good
continue
spot
this
and
way.
then there is a bad spot. Unless they specify that they actually do want you to, okay, you're like past failure and you just want to like crank, for whatever reason you want to crank out, like half reps or
force
whatever.
rep me or something. Yeah.
Yeah, then that's
whatever.
Yeah, but if I really want to just lock out the rep,
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Legolas. Legolas. When you find a new song that goes hard until you've blasted on repeat for 4 workouts in a row, I don't want to play with you anymore. This happens very frequently for me. So I'll have a song, like right now I got the Crab Rave song in my head. And I'll play that like a million times in a row. But like I'll have a song that's like, I'll definitely grind out like the Amount of Mars song. Like eventually I'll get bored. I'm like, okay, I need to switch this song up.
Yeah.
On this like heavier day or whatever. But I'll always revert back eventually to that song. But I mean, do you rotate your music a lot?
I will.
Do you have the greatest hits that'll never fail you in a lift?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so with the heavier side, it's definitely going to be Twilight of the Thunder Gods of Monomarth. From the lighter side, it's going to be Santorini by Yanni. will get me fucking fired up every time.
Yeah, I like rotate bands.
Yeah.
And then I'll rotate albums, and then I'll rotate songs, and I'll just kind of like if I for some reason in my daily mix on Spotify, I'm like, ooh, this goes hard, and I'll just switch it up maybe next week. But yeah, definitely relatable to me. What was next? Yes. I was like, I think you can relate to this one. 4x12 to 15 squats, 3x3 to 5 squats, 3 to 5 reps.
Yep.
Plenty of energy. Zero energy on a squat.
I don't know how to feel about anything past 5 reps.
Honestly, I'm learning that right now. I'm like, you know what? It's just not worth going that that many reps on a squat unless it's a warm up.
Yeah.
But putting on like a decent amount of weight, because I won't even get like a good quad pump on there.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's just should be purely more strength, no more than
Well, if you want a quad pump, just go on a fucking leg extension.
Yeah, leg extension,
understand
leg press, all that fun shit. Yeah. But
I'm there. I mean, I understand the benefit of like squatting for reps, especially in terms of like the central nervous system engagement, your core engagement. I understand all of that. I understand benching for reps because, come on, of course you bench for reps. That's how you get the chesticles for the testicles.
I definitely
Yeah.
I definitely feel my chest more. Like nothing else seems to compensate. I guess that's a testament to my leg strength. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, if I want to fire up my chest, like I'll do an incline press for 10. Like that will fire up my chest. Like
yeah.
a flat press,
That's
not really,
chest.
but an incline press for reps is gonna fire up my. There is one lift where this is always true forever. And this is unless you're in strongman and you're doing competition where you're doing like 4 reps, the deadlift doesn't go above 5. You do not deadlift more than 5 reps.
I just like the Pikachu that's just like he's like hooked up to an IV and he's got his fucking oxygen mask. Like it's so bad. 12 to 15 reps.
Because it is.
So good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But it's true. I mean, it's just so many muscles being used.
Yeah. You shouldn't drink too much caffeine if you're going to work out. That'll affect your sleep. It looks like my morning. We work out and I still sleep. like these days, caffeine doesn't do too much. Like it'll get me going in the moment maybe. Now it's just like a habit. Now it's like okay, I'm gonna have some kind of whatever caffeine thing in the morning.
See, I've known Chris for more or less our entire lives, and there is one thing without failure is that you will sleep through anything.
Yeah, I could literally down like Jack 3D
yeah.
an hour before, and I'd
you'll
probably
just
still
knock
sleep.
the fuck
I'd
out.
probably sleep like this.
Just having a heart attack. Like, your fitness tracker watch says you did 3 hours of cardio at 2 a.m. Oh, yeah, no. I was sleeping.
I was still sleeping. It was just Jack 3D.
No, dear God, you will sleep through literally anything. It's frightening.
Yeah.
There could be a fucking hurricane happening outside, and you'll be just like...
Yeah, honestly. Like,
Dear God.
The second I hit that pillow, I'm like, oh, yes, pillow.
For me, it's just Ambien. Fuck it. You don't fight the Ambien.
Yeah. That first picture, though, that's definitely me in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until that caffeine hit, that's definitely me for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sure.
And if that doesn't wake me up, because, well, you don't get the caffeine peas. You get the caffeine shits. I get the caffeine peas.
I get the caffeine shits. And then when I get the caffeine shits, my bowel system's like, hey, man, this shouldn't be going through yet. So that shit's like barely coming out. But it's like, okay. Yeah.
No, for me, it's all like, I drink the caffeine literally 10 minutes later. And if the caffeine doesn't wake me up, walking up and down.
There's
to the
nothing.
bathroom
Your
will wake
digestive
me up.
tract, we'll find something. You're just going to shit whatever it is out right now.
God.
We're going to find something to shit out. So good.
I haven't eaten for 3 days, but I had a cup of coffee, so yeah.
What's the next one? Oh, yeah. What's the real secret for weight loss? Calorie deficit.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a common question I hear all the time. It's just something very common in the gym. And every time that's my same answer, like I'm not going to tell them anything different. Maybe I'll word it a little differently. And maybe I'll just be a bit more of a wordsmith, but the message is always the same. It'll always revert back to eating less. So, no secret. But again,
So, have you heard of apple cider vinegar?
that's something else I fucking heard.
Have you heard of ginkgo biloba?
Ginkgo biloba?
Have you heard of red pepper extract?
Yeah.
Have you heard of green tea extract?
Fucking I don't even know if there's enough research to prove that. I mean,
Not a single fucking thing.
I don't think in any case when they do research on it, it is not the direct
research.
do
Do research.
like there's no direct causation to their weight loss
No.
because of that. Like
No,
it's
of
probably
course
like,
there
oh,
isn't.
this is an active individual, but they were also taking, whatever.
Yeah, no. Calorie deficit is... Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of things that can help you maintain a calorie deficit. For example,
Yeah.
like eating a little bit more fiber will help you feel fuller faster, right?
That's why
There
I
are
feel
plenty of
pretty full.
appetite suppressants that do work, such as Adderall and nicotine. Like,
Yep, that's definitely advice.
I mean, talk to your doctor. They do prescribe Adderall for weight loss because
Yeah.
I mean it is
And
at least in
amphetamine.
the state of Illinois, a doctor can prescribe you Adderall for weight loss. So I mean,
Interesting.
It's a thing.
Interesting. But
Yeah.
yes, caloric deficit. And SpongeBob, again, like, doesn't fail. They have a frame, a screen for everything for a meme.
They do. Yeah, the SpongeBob memes are never ending.
Yes.
Indeed. All right, what do we got here?
How the gym is spelled wrong, portrayed non-athletic people. Lift heavy stone, make sad head voice quiet. Very, very true.
Yeah, the non-athletic people know. It's fine. It's true. It's 100% true. We
Yeah.
don't lift because we love ourselves.
We fucking hate ourselves, so we lift.
If you love yourself, the fuck do you care?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, hey man, I always feel better. Like I can feel shitty and go lift some weights and I feel better. So
always make you lift heavy stone.
I just-
sad voice.
it makes sense. I just love that art style. Like whoever
God.
came up with those like original, like really shitty, poorly drawn like characters. Now you got like the Chad and all that stuff now in that similar
Yeah.
vein. But then we'll have those like
Make sad head voice quiet.
lift heavy stone, make sad head voice quiet. So good, but so true. Very true.
It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it. Neanderthals we are. Them. So you started training to gain muscle, but now you can't stop training because you'll lose the muscle. Me. It's an oversimplification of events, but yes. Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Like once you start, you're like, well, shit, if I stop. If you don't use it, you lose it. Very true.
Which is true, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, if I was to explain that to somebody, this is probably how I'd explain that.
Well, you're right. No, like think about the oh my gosh, like the actors who do crazy body transformations. Well, oh god, like Chris Hemsworth,
Yeah.
who will gain like 70 pounds of muscle and then go to skin and fucking bones. Like it's fascinating. Like if you don't follow your diet and your exercise program for X amount of time, it is game over. You will lose everything you gained
Yeah, I mean, but
faster than it took you to gain.
usually a lot of these actors will, they're probably on something if it's like a very short amount of time they gain it and they suddenly lose it because they
Yeah.
probably don't want to work out anyways. It's not something they've been incorporating anyways, and then they're or if they're like what's his face, Christian Bale, who does like what do you call those kinds of actors? A method actor.
Method, yeah.
Where he goes from anorexic machinist to buff Batman, right? From like in like a very small time frame. But once you put your body into that anorexic state, you're gonna gain weight very quickly because you still need like your body craves that. Similarly, if somebody's like morbidly obese, I'm talking like my 600-pound life,
Yeah.
that weight's gonna fall out very quickly as well because neither is very sustainable for long.
Correct. Yeah.
Unless you're forcing both, right? But yeah, definitely a good simplification to that.
But also not wrong.
Yeah, definitely not wrong. Ah, yes, my other caffeine. My caffeine addiction.
You can't quit.
You can't
quit.
It's a circle.
Could you imagine? If caffeine were, if suddenly for whatever reason caffeine was put into like an actual drug category, like regulated drug category, that's the end of my life.
Yeah.
I might as well just die.
You're gonna just find you on a corner talking to somebody dealing
you will be.
caffeine.
I'll just be like sitting in the corner, like, hey, you got any of that?
Hey man,
Bang.
just a little bit, man.
Sir,
Like,
come on.
I just need a sip.
Come on,
I
like
just need a sip. Wait, what is it?
super aggravated. You're just like
just like can't even
you fucking murder somebody, just like straight up murder.
Dude, it's what I tell my kids, like, Mr. W, how much caffeine do you go through in a day? Like, enough that I don't want to kill you.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean
That's how much caffeine I have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I cut down a little bit because at one point I was like doing like 2 bangs a day easy. Like I'm like, all right, 600 milligram cap, you know.
At my worst, it was 3 bangs a day.
Yeah, 3 shit.
Like about a gram of caffeine.
I'm sure I pushed. I'm sure I pushed at some points. I'm like, because I won't even realize. I was like, okay, I had a bang, and then maybe like I'll make coffee later in the day, and they might have had like, so I might have been like pushing over 600.
Oh, I'm definitely above 600 in a given day.
But I'm like, you know, there's a 6-hour frame. You know, it's like, oh, it's within a time frame. So if I have a little bit, whatever. I'm just justifying.
This is
like,
why you can't
like
sleep. I'm like, no. Even like during the summer where I do kind of wean off and like don't have caffeine for a couple of days, I still can't sleep.
Yeah.
It's not the caffeine. It's you can't get rid of a caffeine addiction. It's impossible.
It's so
and you know
true.
What? But it is a socially acceptable addiction.
Isn't that crazy?
And nobody's gonna judge you for needing your coffee. In fact, it's almost glorified.
There's freaking you can go to a store, okay?
Yeah.
You go like I was at like fucking Home Goods or At Home or whatever. There's fucking marquees and like home portraits you can buy that talk about coffee and caffeine. Like, are you gonna find that for like alcoholism? You're probably not, like, or like some kind of other drug addiction. No, but you can see, oh, need my coffee. Like, what the
Don't
fuck?
talk to me until I've had my cup of coffee, or like those those travel mugs where it's all like danger. Approachable, and you're like, I'm okay now.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like,
hilarious. You don't see that
true.
with anything else. Well, like, okay, alcohol, maybe you'll see that at like a Spencer's or something like that.
Yeah, like as a gag gift, but not as like a socially acceptable.
It's not like a rated G kind of a thing that caffeine and coffee is made out to be. You know,
I cannot go to work with a mug that's all like. There's actually vodka in this, not coffee. Like, you can't just, like, you can't. Like, it's just caffeine. Nobody is questions socially acceptable.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Socially accepted drug, man.
Yeah.
It's like we don't even want to say it's a drug.
Not
it's
even
not a drug.
sugar anymore. Like you can't even, like everybody knows that sugar's, like, caffeine literally is the last socially acceptable addiction right now.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It is. I mean, Starbucks lines
Oh,
are
my
at
God.
the door all the time. You know?
Dear God, it is.
It
No
is.
way. I just can't. It is. It is the
I can't
because
think of
people will
anything
fuck with
else.
you for eating sugar now too. Which, I mean, rightfully so. But
Right.
caffeine is the last socially acceptable addiction.
Yep, exactly. It's so crazy.
Oh, that on social media. No, because people give you shit for social media. It's
Yeah.
caffeine.
Caffeine is
Caffeine
it.
is the last thing.
The bastion of hope.
The bastion of American chemical freedom.
Hell yeah. My rights, my freedom.
My coffee.
My coffee. Me doing one squat. One ass, please. That's also very common. Like
Yeah,
people,
no, it sounds
like
about
people
right.
will do one workout and they're like, "Where's my ass? Like, why isn't my ass growing?" I'm like, it's just like any other fucking.
To be fair.
muscle.
Well,
on
I
your
mean,
body.
if you're gonna listen, if you want an ass and all you're doing is squatting, it's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
it's gonna take a bit.
You can start barbell thrusting or something too.
Barbell thrusting, yeah.
If you want to really
Barbell
engage your
thrusting.
ass.
When I see people
Or
do,
deadlift,
when
really
I see
deadlifts.
people do the fucking hip bridges, like it's like the shadow boxer punching the air. I think you're fucking the air. Like there is no way that's not useful in any way. But it stabilizes. No, all you're doing is a deadlift. Just you're laying down. Like don't talk to me. No, I hate the glute bridge. I can't
that's,
stand it. I think it's stupid. I don't think it's useful for anything.
I think you're very wrong, actually.
I don't think it's useful for anything.
It's a very common thing you'll see in physical therapy. They'll use the glute bridge.
But that's
for,
a different purpose. Like that
But it's
there
to
you're trying to
engage your glutes.
right. But
that also
sure,
translates.
that's what you
into-
do in physical therapy to engage your glutes when you're recovering from I don't know a fucking ass disaster.
Lower back issues typically. That's
Sure,
why.
great. Well, yeah. Well, you're not. Ain't no physical trainer gonna put a fucking barbell on your back after you just had a lower back injury. But still,
Right.
nonetheless, like if you want,
I hate the glute bridge. I hate the glute bridge with a fucking passion. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb.
But
I don't think it does anything
I want
for
to
you.
grow my ass. It could help
Squat!
your deadlift. It could
Squat!
help your no. If you have poor engagement in your glutes, the squat will not train unless you throw a band, right?
Do a squat.
Throw a band.
Do a squat.
But there's function.
I haven't
There's
done.
function.
I know. The squat is the king. I don't give it. Glute
Squat's great.
Glute bridge.
Bridges
It's a
are good.
fucking waste of energy. What are you getting? Like, fuck you. No.
It'll train your deadlift lockout. You know,
If I wanted to train my deadlift lockout, I'll do a fucking rack pull.
or that, I guess. You do both. Fuck you.
Exactly. You can't argue this. It's a
I
fucking
did. I
useless
just did.
exercise. It's a useless
I
exercise.
just made my case.
Yeah, it's a
I forget what my
garbage
last
exercise.
Yes, this is a wholesome one. I'm like, this guy wears strange costumes to the gym to attract as much attention as possible because his friend is embarrassed to go to the gym. Now that guy's a true bro.
That is
Helping his
wholesome.
friend, yeah. Because there's how many people go into a gym and they're like super insecure because they're overweight or whatever and they're trying to lose weight, but they fear that they're being looked at or made fun of or whatever. So I think that's like awesome.
I remember the moment, and it was still in Planet Fitness, and I remember the exact moment this happened, where I was no longer the fattest person in the gym. And I remember that, and I even made it a status. I'm like, I was sitting there like, dear fattest person in the gym, you'll get there from former fattest person in the gym.
I mean, it has to
Like,
be.
I remember the exact moment that it hit me that, like, shit, I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah, like I feel like it's like there's a comparison people like to make. Like it's like an alcoholic going to AAA or whatever the fuck to get better from being an alcoholic. It's the same. Like, how are you not gonna make it fun of that person who's trying to get better? Similarly to somebody who's overweight trying to lose weight, you're not gonna make fun of that person. Definitely, especially not me. Like that's the whole point. But there are assholes, right? Of course.
And I think we also already made this point on this podcast before. Nobody gives a shit about you.
Right. In
Nobody.
most cases,
Nobody.
I would say in most cases, because there's everybody's a little self-conscious being in the gym, but in most cases, people are not paying attention to everybody else.
Unless you're doing it very wrong, or you're the strongest dude in the gym,
And
nobody's
you're
paying
just making a
attention
lot
to
of
you.
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's paying attention to you.
Yeah, unless somebody's asking for it, unless somebody's like doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
But if you're just minding your own business, more often than not, nobody's like directly paying attention to you. Like all eyes are on you or whatever, So have no fear, beginners. Go nuts. Work out, exercise.
Also, to be fair, I'd totally be more embarrassed to be seen with this asshole.
Yeah, like I feel like I'd be. It wouldn't take. It would take embarrassment for me, and then I would be embarrassed for this guy.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed.
Like secondhand embarrassment.
But you know what? At the end of the day, let's be fair. If you are the strongest dude in the gym, you cannot be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's true. Until some stronger guy walks up and stronger than you, they must feel like a real.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tool.
Oh, I remember.
Like what if some dude just like you're like, oh yeah, I just lifted whatever 500 pounds, and then the guy walks up and like reps it out. How do you feel?
On any given day, if I go to a corporate gym, I'm one of the 5 stronger dudes there easily. But then I walk into like Iron Mine or one of these private training gyms. Suddenly, I'm like one of the bottom 5 weakest dudes there at any given time. But
I mean, it's
fun. It's hilarious to have that dichotomy. It's all like, oh my god, you can squat more than 3 plates. I'm like, yeah, it's actually not that hard. And then you go to and you see some dude who's just like repping out 600-pound squats.
Yeah,
I was like,
I mean, there's some like
Shit.
at least in my gym, there's some impressive specimens, man. There's some people who are
you've
just.
got some fucking.
There's this one guy that I follow. He's called not him, but there's this other guy, him too. He's like crazy strong. I feel like he doesn't even like when he reps out like 315. Like I've never seen him like really max out because I'm like every time he puts weight on, I'm talking about Shy Hulk. That I'm like, this dude could probably lift like way more weight. But I know he's doing the hypertrophy thing, but you can just tell he's just like banging out 315. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, this dude's something else. But there's another guy. He's always wearing a hoodie, but he's like crazy strong, like stupid, right? He did like a 315 overhead press for like 3 reps or some shit.
Fuck that.
Standing, not even seated. So that shit was whack. Crazy strong guy. But yeah, it's admirable, that's for sure. Yeah. Cool. I think that was my last one.
Huh.
Yup.
Yeah, looks like it.
Cool.
Oh, thank you for joining us on this episode of How Do You Meme?
How do you meme? Yeah, we'll do these once in a while.
Yeah.
Because, hey, man, memes are there. They change all the time. And it's just fun to kind of go over them. Yup. Yeah. So, how do we end this one?
Fuck the glute bridge.